This is going to be a series of modeling the air shaft from Alien Isolation. I've got a folder of Alien Isolation images on my computer, and I'm constantly going to those for inspiration. And I just figured I want to do this. So I've got the default cube S2 to scale it up twice. And let's bring it up to the floor region. And this is what we have. Let's SY. Scale it down. I'm going to make these cross pieces. You'll see what I'm getting at in a bit. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to select it all, and I'm going to Control B and put those sort of sci-fi notches. And I'm looking at it because I know I want to put a vent there. That's probably okay. It's not going to look exactly the same, but it's going to be something. Select that, Shift D. Pull that out, P, and break it out. That's going to be the floor right there. So I'm going to take that. Let's see. Let's snap it to there. I've got edge snapping on. I don't know how long I'm going to make this. Doesn't really matter right now. I'm going to leave it like that. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to Shift D, duplicate it again, and come in and get rid of that. That's going to be the walls. Take this edge here and just slide it back for the moment. So we have the edges there, and I'm going to take that piece and come back in, and I'm going to E and Alt S, and I'm going to pull and give it some thickness like that. This goes a bit above the floor from at least what I can tell. And let's do this. Let's Shift Alt and click here and get rid of these outside polys, and Shift Alt and click this edge and this edge, and scale in the Y to sort of flare it out a little bit. All right, and then just so that there's no, you don't see through it, I'm going to E and Alt S and push to make it a little bit bigger coming out, and it'll be like that, I think. Let's take this and see if I can snap it to that one. And once we're inside, let's put a bevel on this right now. And I'm going to go for 3 and 0.02. I'll try that. I'm going to select this one and this one. Actually, this one, and then that one last. And Control L. Copy modifier, so they all have that bevel on it. Now you might see a little bit of striations and stuff. I've got the cavity shader on, and I've switched it to both. This looks nicer, but you might see that. I'm not going to worry about smoothing or anything right this minute, but I think this is what I want. Now the other thing I want to do is focus on that with the slash key. Come in here and put an edge loop right in the middle, look from the front, go into wireframe, one for vertex selection, and delete those. My 3D cursor is there so I can mirror this. I'll turn on clipping. Oh, and the other thing I'm going to do in the bevels, I think, is I'm going to switch the miter outer to arc, and we'll get more of a curve at points here. Now, if I do shade smooth, what I would have to do is put on weighted normal and normal's auto smooth. If I take this off, okay, I'm just going to leave it on because it's easier to see stuff. All right, so yeah, I've got a bunch of images here, and what I'm going to do is I'll start on this piece that goes around. All right, and we've got some vents in this, and we'll just go through the different ones. Probably the one I'll use here. You can see I've got this bottom one here. I don't think it's on the top. It looks like it isn't, so I'm going to do one there. And then I've got this one here, and this one, and this one, and this one, so I can mirror those. So let's just go ahead and see what happens. So let's just focus just on that thing there. And I think, yeah, well, we can just do it. I think I'm going to make this a little bit less wide, just like that. All right, let's come in and do this. Let's put an edge loop there with Control R and then Control B to bevel, but that'll actually give me a nice space. And I want to see how much room I should be leaving on the sides here. All right, so it's a small kind of vent, and it looks narrower than this one. So let's just let's scale this in the Y and just do something and see how it goes. If I drop that there, let's see, and then now you remember I put on that geometry under here, arc, and that sort of rounds these. If I don't have that, I have it on sharp, you know, they're like that, so I'll leave it like that. So we've got that indentation to make that, and that'll go across to the other side, but not up there. And then I'll set up these already. I think I actually would want to take these, select them like that. Let's try this. Let's see if I scale them in the Y. Yeah, I affect it there. So let's just take these then, and the upper ones, and scale them in the Y. Right, it'll bend them out like that, but that's fine. Drop an edge loop right there, and drop an edge loop right there, so it's right in the middle of those two things. Select them both. Control B, pull, and I want it sort of narrow. So I'm going to select there, and I'm going to select there, and then I'm going to press E and Alt S, and I'm going to, I guess, push to get those in like that. They may have to go in further, we'll see. Okay. So what is it I want to do? I want to build this thing and have holes. And I'm going to do it in geometry. I'm not going to do it with opacity or anything. So, yeah, it's not for a game. This is for a static render. So I'm going to take this Shift D and I'm going to pull that out. P and break it out. And then I'm going to take this and get rid of the mirror on there. So, actually, apply the mirror. Sorry. So I've got that piece, but I'll get rid of this edge here. Dissolve edges, I don't need that. And still got the bevel on it and everything. So let's extrude it down, and I'll get rid of the bottom face there. Take it, let's push it down, just see how well it fits. May not have the same rounding, but it might be fine. If I have to round it, I will. So now I'm going to take that and just focus on that. Look down from the top. And I'm going to create some holes. So I'm going to use the top plane. I haven't rounded it, so I can use this. Although I will be rounding those. Never mind, you'll see. Let's scale on the X. Come over here, look down from the top. Okay, so what am I doing here? So I'm making these narrow holes, and they are rounded. Okay. So I'm not going to count how many there are or anything. I do want a place for some bullets there. So, all right, I'm just going to select these edges here. Actually, I'll do it in vertex selection so I can see how many points I'm using. Shift Control B. I'm probably going to use 3. Like that. Okay, take that piece, sorry about that, grab one of those forces, Control L, P to break it out. Actually, I want it as a separate piece. Pull it up here and E to extrude. I'm going to push it through this. I'm going to select it all, Alt N, recalculate outside in case my polys are flipped. Let's check right away, make sure they are. Everything is blue. All right, good. So now we got this, and I can array this in the X. Okay, so what have I got? Just that, and I got the bevel. Okay, so I can array this in the X. I'll give a little bit of space, and we'll just hold Shift and start pulling. So it looks like 14 might be the number. I'll come in and I'll scale this in the X a little bit. I want to change the roundness too much. That's probably okay. It's going to be a small bolt, although it's always good to go back and look. See, this is set into the thing. You can't even see. So I'm just going to do it anyhow. I like that idea. Okay, so I can apply the array. I'll take this and I'm going to add Boolean, and I'm going to drag it to the top, and with the eyedropper or pipette I'm going to select, and we're going to see how badly that worked. We got some issues, but we can probably solve those. I don't like the way, now that's probably just the bevel going nuts. Didn't like the way that happened, but I'm going to select these and delete those faces. Control. That was a little messy. It is messy anyhow, but yeah, okay. Here, I'll select from the bottom. I'll control plus a few times. We will be extruding down anyhow, so but there's no thanks to this stuff. Let's have a look at this and make sure it's not looking too crazy. All right, let's see if we can work with it. We are in edit mode, 1 for vertex selection. And yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to box select like this. And then I'm going to come in edge selection. And I just want to make sure I got everything here. No, that was a problem. So it looks like I'm going to go around. All right, I'm going to give it a try. E to extrude. Pull down. I'm going to pull down actually a lot because I just want to look around and see if there's something obvious that I've missed. Alright, I don't see it right yet. So I'm going to come up. Put the bevel back on. I've got some strange behavior, but that may change when I come in here. I'm going to take the bevel off for the moment. And I can fix this here. First of all, I'm going to merge by distance, and I got rid of a whole bunch of vertices. And that may have affected my selection methods. This is not looking too great, but once I put on the bevel and bevel this by hand, it should be much better. So it's going to take me another moment to do this. How should I have saved that selection? I used to do that, and I don't remember if I saved it as a vertex group. And I could quickly recall this selection. I don't do this all the time, and so that's why I've forgotten. But that would be something good to do. Now I see something there in black. Do you see that? Is that something? Yeah, okay, so I'm going to have to build that. Darn it. And I see a couple of them. Is there any more? I can't tell. My eyes are going funny. All right, let's give this a try. Control B, pull, roll up a couple times, make it relatively smooth. And how did it go? I think we're okay now. If I throw a bevel on there now and bring it to the top, it should behave itself just to give some roundness. Let me see if I put 3. I don't think a bevel's going to do anything for me, so I'm not going to put that on. I'm going to bring the other stuff back. And what I'm going to do is just focus on those 2 things. And I think I'll round this a little bit. Oh, come on. Yeah, and then that'll help with the shading as well. So actually, I'm going to Shift H just to focus on that. And I'm going to select just this edge, just that edge, and just this edge, and just this edge. And so admittedly, it's a bit of sloppy kind of modeling. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to Alt-H. No, I'm going to come back, Alt-H, bring that back, and just see how well it fits. And it fits fine. Okay, so I've got that on there. And then sometimes if this and the auto split doesn't work, if I do throw on a bevel, watch this, I bet you it'll go. Bring it to the top. There, it's gone. So, you know, sometimes I will put the bevel on there, and that looks fine to me. Okay. Let's come in here and grab an edge just to bring a 3D cursor there. That's not going to change anything, right? And bring in a circle. This is probably overkill, but I'm going to use 16 vertices anyhow. And I'm going to make a bolt here. So I'll take that and focus just on that with the slash key. Slash, yeah, just that. And I'll get that, scale it down, position it. Okay, I'm going to have it around there. It is pretty small, maybe a bit bigger. I'm going to extrude down, get rid of that face, select that face and Control B to bevel, and just have, you know, one edge or two edges or something. Shade smooth, push that down, just for a tiny bit more detail, even if you barely see it at all. Okay, I'm going to select this guy and go in and Shift S, cursor to selected, and set the origin of this to the 3D cursor and mirror, and let's hope that it's going to go in the right position. That's looking good, and there, that's looking good. So I'm going to apply that mirror, and yeah, okay, how about that? And I'm going to join those together. Yeah, okay, bring that back. We have that in there. Good. All right. Don't worry that that's not attached yet. Good. Now, it's debatable whether or not I'm going to attach that to the main body as well. I'm going to do that right now. What am I going to do for this guy? For this one, I'm going to take this and this, and I'm going to see Alt S, and let's push it back some more. There we go. So on all of them, right? Yeah. Okay, how about this one? We just do this. Let's switch to normal. And Shift D, push it out. Scale in the X. Get it the thickness I want. Let's just quickly go back. So making this just with like slots. Okay, so this is going to be a different method. Thank goodness. Okay, scale in the X. I'm going to extrude back, and I'm going to get rid of that face and those faces there. And I have the bevel on, but I'm actually going to bevel by hand. Control B, pull. I'm just going to have the 2 and 1 more in there, like that. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to break it out in just a moment, but I'm going to use the normal to help me get this in nice and straight. And I'm going to break it out, and my bevel comes back on that, and I think probably, well, I do have OK normal. Now I can't really array that, so I'm just going to do this by eye. I'm going to Shift D and duplicate them down. And maybe I'll group them at some point. Shift D. And, you know, kind of, I can go back in and say, okay, that one's too far away, or those ones are too far away, and you know, I can position them. You can spend as much time as you want on this. So this is pretty small, so, but I might, you know, I might render in relatively close, because, you know, why not? So I'll do, let's see if I can do one more, like that. Select them all, push them a bit, and have that. Okay, so they're on the other side. They're not up there. I would have to mirror them. But now that I think of it, though, I'm just wondering, was I supposed to make some kind of a cover for that? I don't think I'm going to. Or am I? It sort of looks like there is one here, and it sort of looks like there isn't one there. And it sort of looks like there isn't one there. So I don't really know what to do. Kind of like them like that, to be honest with you, because I'm going to do another one here that does have a cover. Let's leave them like that for now. I want to get them up there. I was thinking of this. What was I thinking? Okay, get this stuff out of here for now. Yeah, I don't like the way that turned out. So I'm going to delete those faces. And I'm going to leave it like that for the moment. I might do that again later. I was thinking this. If I put something in there, scale sensors, make sure it's straight. If I bring my 3D cursor there, I'm not sure if this is a stupid way of doing things, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a plane. I'm just going to push it there. Don't ask. And I'm going to bring in another mirror here. And the mirror object is going to be that in the Z, not in the X. No, I've got them up there. And you know what? I'm going to apply that mirror. And I'm going to apply this mirror. And hope I don't regret it and get rid of that quickly so nobody knows we did that. Now, okay, these are looking a little bit funny. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of the bevel on them. I should have done that before the mirror. Oh, that's weird. Okay, good. All right, I guess because they're joined or something. Yeah. All right. So we've got that. Let me have a little look at this and a little think about if I want to do this. And I think at this point, I think I do. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to actually take these edges because I'm not liking the way they are. Now I still have a mirror on this, right? Yeah, okay. And I'm just gonna bevel them by hand like that. And I'll get rid of this. I don't need it right now. So that should look a little bit better. Even though I already showed you that that's not gonna be a problem in reality. All right. So we've got those pieces there. There's more to do on that, but let's switch over to the floor. We'll do a little bit more. We won't do it all in this video by any means. Let's have a look at this. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to have like a big sort of rectangle here. All right, with I guess 4 spots in there and a little groove in there. We're going to have a look at another image. I'll scroll back. Some of them are a little bit different. All right, but this is the piece we did. All right, and then this. So 1, 2, so it's 4. It's 4 holes, and it looks like a rectangle with this piece joined, the holes, and then these look like bars that are pushed down just a tiny bit. So I think I'm going to do it that way. So let's see. Let's focus just on that. Okay. Let's start with this. Control B and get the you want the outer parts. Actually, there's another indentation there. It just looks so small to me. That's the centerpiece. Doesn't seem wide enough, to tell you the truth. Let's see if this is roughly what I want. Okay, I can adjust those distances in a bit. I want to make sure I've got actually arc on there. I don't think I did. So the middle piece in those spaces. This doesn't seem like this is going to be wide enough. Well, it's a facsimile of it anyhow, I guess. I'm going to have another edge loop here that I'm going to split and bring down around here somewhere so I can do those that middle hole. This one. Now that hole, its width is about 2 bars. It's certainly bigger than that space there. So this just does not seem wide enough. I'm going to bring it down anyhow. And I think I'm going to focus on this piece. And what I'm going to do is grab this. I'm going to scale this in the X. Like that. And we're going to see. I'm going to see what it looks like. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and make the bars anyhow and just see how it works. So I'm going to scale in the X. Extrude down. Get rid of that bottom face. Get rid of this face and this face. Select the whole thing and push it down. I'll break it out probably in a moment. Scale it in the Y so it goes into the wall and then down. Push it over. And okay, I'll go ahead and I'm going to break it out now. Now I'm going to take that and I'm going to bevel the edges by hand, aren't I? Am I? I think I am. I want 3 in there. And let's see how it looks. Let's go back to the diagram. Looks like a lot more space. That one's a little bit different, at least in that image, compared to this one. 3 bars. Let's try array and see how it comes out. Darn it. Well, you know, it'll be a floor piece. Okay, so I could go with that a little bit below. So what I would do is, let's bring the 3D cursor back here to the middle of this. And let's mirror that over. And bring everything back. You know, once you're in the environment, it doesn't look as small as I thought it was. Okay, we're going to apply that array. We're going to apply that mirror. Okay, how are we doing? So we got those, we got that little thing. Do I need to? Yeah, okay. I don't want it so long, so I'm going to see if I can. Let's focus on this, like this, come in, wireframe, 1 for vertex selection. I'm going to box select there, and I'm going to scale in the Y, just to make them a little bit narrower. Like that. Not worrying about smoothing right now. Okay. And I'm going to take one of these bars. Control L, Shift D. I'm going to move it over here and I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to break it out. Like that. Oh yeah, I got it bevel on this. Let's get rid of that one, by the way, just for now. And I'm actually going to, I want to do something different with these. I want to select these edges and get rid of them. Dissolve edges. And then what I thought I was going to do was I was going to scale these in the X. I was thinking I would do that, maybe even push them down a little bit. And then bevel them again with the 3. And I was thinking I would have this. Maybe I don't want it the same width. Maybe I'll scale in the X and make it wider. You know, sort of have it here and then contacting this angled piece here. And let's just push that down like that maybe. And take this edge and pull it into there. And this edge, I would take it and I would bring it and I would snap it to there because I've got edge snapping on. Okay, fine, I'll do that. And then I'll do weighted normal and normal's auto smooths, make sure everything's good. And let's also, by the way, have another look here. Yeah, see, that's a problem. Okay, so let's recalculate those. This one is just a single layer. I'm going to have to flip that. And no wonder some of this stuff was looking funny to me. That's just a single layer, so we're just going to flip. How's that? Okay, good. Let's take this and snap it to there. Let's take this and snap it to here. All right, how are we looking? Okay, this bar, let's scale this in the X a little bit and push it down a bit and push it there, and we'll mirror it to the other side and we'll see if it looks good there. There is something like that there. Now I want to see my reflections a little bit and some shadows, so I'm going to switch over to this one here so it's a bit shinier so I can see how I'm doing. I will go ahead and do a little bit of shading smooth. So I got a bevel on there. I'll do weighted normal, and normal's auto smooth, and it should look okay. This one looks already smooth, so that's what we're getting. Let's do one more thing, unless I'm missing something on the main floor piece or this. I got the bolts. I was thinking let's do that. Okay, so I think there's two of them. I think I see two of them here. So there's that piece I just did. There's that bar that I just did. I may have to move it. But two like vent-like things on each. So what I'm going to do is think about how long I could lengthen this easily, and this. Let's just drop an edge loop here and actually focus on that. And let's split that and see what it would be like. I think I want this longer. I'm going to get rid of that. I think I'm just going to go ahead and make it longer. And then I'll put in the edge loop. And I'm going to separate this out to where do those vents start? Yeah, a little bit of space here, a little bit of space in between them. So I'll scale that in the Y, like something like that. And we'll have another one, that'll be the space in between them, like maybe that, and then we'll come here. Now, I don't know if they're in the top two. I can cut this and I can mirror. So let's just do this. Let's have it kind of narrow, I think. Maybe similar width to that. I don't know. I'm not looking at that right now. No, I'm not going to necessarily do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to extrude it in like that. Let's bring back the other stuff. And let's have a look at that bevel. Under geometry, let's switch this to arc. Okay. All right. Yeah. If it's different width than this, then great. I don't need it the same. Okay. I could have done one and mirrored the whole thing to the side. Whatever. And I'm going to do this the same way as I did this one. I'm going to Shift D, and I'm going to switch to normal and pull it out. And I'm going to scale in the Y and get the thickness that I want. I think I'll scale in the Y now there. Extrude it back. How far back? Like that, I guess. Get rid of that face. Take this whole thing. I'll get rid of the ends in a moment. And yeah, okay. All right, I'm going to break it out. Take that piece, look at it alone. Get rid of this. I think I need to flip the polys. We'll try that in a moment. First of all, I'm just going to bevel this like this. So I got 2, 3. Okay, I'll take that off for now. Okay, I can shade smooth. And I'll have this piece. And I'm just going to have to copy this. So let's just, I don't even have to do that. Okay, Shift D. I mean, otherwise you build it straight and then you rotate it into place, which I do quite often too. So it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Still doesn't take too long. Hopefully it ends up looking okay. And then you can always go back in and adjust them, you know. There's no reason why you can't do that. Let's try 3 of them. And let's try 2 of them. Okay, let's take them all. Okay, flip them. That's better. Oh yeah, this one has a cover, doesn't it? All right, well then let's try this. Let's take that face again in there, shifty, and pull it out. Let's globally scale it a little bit. I don't know if that's going to work very well. Let's scale this in the X. Of course, I'm still in normal, so I'm just following the arrows. Let's eye inset a bit. And delete that face. Select the whole thing. Let's extrude it out a tiny bit. Control L and P, break it out. Just hang on a second here. And what if I take the whole thing, scale it out a little bit? So I just want to angle it. Scale it in the Y. The Y, at least according to the arrows here. I'm thinking of this. Okay, now I'm going to take both of those and just focus on them. So I'm in damage control right now. I'm going to take these and pull them up. And I'm actually going to bevel this by hand. Maybe I should and maybe I shouldn't, but I'm going to. I'll just use 5. Just 5, that's all. This one I'll use 3. And then I'll shade smooth. And I probably don't need that anymore, but I will put on weighted normal and normal's auto smooth. Kind of would like to put bolts on this. Let's see how that's looking. Okay, why are you looking like that? Why you look so sad? Often I will go back and put the bevel on and it'll correct some of that stuff. So I kind of like it like that. I don't know if that's what I was supposed to do or not. Let's see. What's on here? Anything? And the bevel's on there. Now, if I take those and I join them, yeah, that's all right. All right, and then what I could do is just copy this maybe. I'll do it in a mode shifty, G, I guess Z, no, not Z, X, GX. Why do you feel like you're moving? Oh, you're on an angle. You're not going to be happy. Okay, never mind. Fine. GY. I don't even know if I needed the holes underneath there that much. Okay, so what's going on? You're not on the other side. So this I never mirrored, right? So I better cut you. This will be the last thing for now. Let's get rid of that. Now 3D cursor's right there, so let's mirror you over there. I'll put on clipping. Okay, so I get your holes good. All right, I'm going to mirror these. I'm going to mirror those over the other side like that. So now that I've done that, I think we'll end with lengthening this out. So let's do it like this. let's take that and snap it there. No, I lost my bar length too. Okay, let's do this instead. Let's grab all of that and pull it down and snap it to there. All right, so now these guys. And is this mirrored? Yeah, it's mirrored. And we'll snap that to there as well. Don't do that. And we have that. Let's turn that off and see. Okay. So that's what we have so far. And we have some more details to do on the air shaft. Cool. See you next time.